So one of the things that we hear a lot is that there is so much to do, and a lot of well-intentioned professionals, okay, myself included, love to write things down and create to-do lists. I mean, I have literally Post-its in every color possible. But if we think about how we're working with our team in terms of our backlog, so the backlog, the list of important things that we want to get done in service of our goal, of our mission, of our vision, if we're trying to think about what that work looks like, Post-its by themselves don't quite cut it. Yes, it's really helpful to make our work visible, but simply writing something on a Post-it isn't going to make it so that your team, your colleagues, could pick the Post-it up and start to move the work forward. That's why we need to think about deep backlogs. So instead of thinking only about writing a quick shorthand on a Post-it or in a digital project management tool, we want to think about what detail we are adding to said item so that anyone on the team has shared understanding and could move the work forward. So here we go. What does deep mean? It means that the detail you write on this Post-it or on that backlog card in the digital tool, whatever way it is that you make your work visible, the amount of detail that you put here is appropriate for your team to understand what is it that we're doing? How would we know that we're done? What is it that is important about this particular item? One example, if you were writing a grant application, how much is the grant for? What's the funder's name? What is the way that you'll be applying? Is it an online portal? Is it a hard copy submission? Those are some of the key details that would let anyone on the team pick up that backlog item and help get the work done. So each team will get to decide what detailed appropriately means for them, but there's just a few examples to get you started. All right, so what about the E's in deep? What does that mean for our backlog item? The first is estimated, so that we understand how small or how large the work is compared to other things that we've done before. Not comparing ourselves to other teams, but looking internally within our own work. What are the smaller things we do, the medium-sized thing, the bigger things? How complex are they? Are we waiting on external partners? Those are the sort of things that help us estimate the relative size of our work. All right, then our next E, emergent. Life happens. Things happen. Communities have changing needs. Funders make a phone call asking you for something last minute. A board member needs something for their collaborative partner meeting tomorrow. Those are emerging, changing things that may impact your backlog. So this Post-it, it may have started at the top, but then because of the phone call you got from the board member, maybe this Post-it is going to become more important. That is a way to think about emergent. Oh, but it also then helps us to think about the P, prioritized. It's hard to understand what is emergent and how our work may be shifting depending on how things are happening if we don't already understand what our priorities are. It is not okay to say that all things are equal. Everything has the same level of priority. We need to understand what is the most important and the second most important and the third most important in our backlog so that we as a team, a group of colleagues, understand how we should approach the work in order to ensure that those priorities are being met for our communities, our stakeholders. And so there we go. We've got deep backlog. It's more than just a few notes on a Post-it. It's providing the amount of detail that our team needs in order to get the work done together. Do you have questions about deep backlog or broader questions about Agile in your organization and your team? Be sure to reach out. You can learn more at agileandnonprofits.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of our tips or tricks.